Hi everyone, super excited to show you the digital planner version of the academic planner. So this planner runs from August through July 2022 through 2023. There are two versions. Remember, there's the regular printable version. So that is it just says academic planner, and that includes the PDF, which is a printable, and it also includes the editable InDesign files. And then on top of that, if you would like, separately, you can buy the digital planner version, which I am going to show you today, and that is the one with the clickable tabs. So if you're inside of GoodNotes or really any software that has what they call annotation software, it can just do links inside that document. So let me just share my screen with you. And if you would like it, you'll notice below me, hopefully, if I did this correctly, you should be able to see that you can purchase just the digital planner today for like $48.50. That's 50% off. Or you can join Planner Pixies, which is a better deal because there are now a total of, I believe, 19 digital planner templates. And so if you bought those individually, that would be like $4,000. Or you can just join Planner Pixies and then you get access to unlimited downloads for this and everything I create in the future. So let me share the screen. I am sharing the screen. It's a weird picture in picture. Let me move this over to the side. All right, so here you don't need a code. When you go to checkout, it will just show $48.50, which is the 50% off price. So let me move this over here too. And what am I trying to show you? Okay, here is your digital planner. Now this is Adobe PDF, and this is on my desktop, obviously. So you would want to open this on your iPad or on your tablet. I have a whole separate video on how to open up digital planners on an Android tablet because I finally broke down and bought one this year. There are actually a lot of different applications. In fact, I actually prefer looking at anything digital planner on the Samsung Ultra because it's 14 inches instead of the 12. I know the 12.9 is pretty big, but now it seems tiny compared to the Ultra. Anyways, so what does it mean to have clickable tabs? So inside of this document, you'll see that the cursor kind of changes as soon as I go over annual. It's going to give you the 2022 through 2023 at a glance annual. If I click January, it will just jump me over to the January monthly spread. If I say June, it will jump into June. If I say October, it will head over to October and August and September, etc., and so on. So the tabs you can see are moving from right to left. So it kind of mimics if it was almost like a real planner, and it has moved those dates over to the side from the right to the left for you. So the way that this planner is set up, if you have forgotten, is that you have an entire section. Let me go to the home. You have an entire section here of just a lot of stuff that's school related because it's an academic planner. Now, if you are going to just sell this as a mid-year planner, you can obviously delete all this or rewrite this to say something else. Here it says school, so this is like a weekly school schedule. You could make this also a homeschool planner. I know with the voting for what the next pop-up shop planner is, I always put I shouldn't say always, I put homeschool up there like 3 or 4 times and it never like wins, but it does get votes. So I know people are interested in that. So if you want to make this a homeschool planner, this would easily work as a homeschool planner with a couple minor tweaks. So syllabus information, class assignments, you can delete this, you can change this, whatever, based on the purpose that you are using this planner for. Now, when you jump into the month, so we'll jump in right here, you'll get a 2-page monthly spread followed by a 2-page weekly spread. So you get Sunday through Wednesday on the left, Thursday through Saturday on the right. And then underneath here, we have some boxes that are obviously related to school. So you have assignments, tests, papers, projects, meetings, dates, fun. Who doesn't want fun, even if it's an academic planner? You have your to-do list over on the right. You have 2 boxes at the bottom. One is weekly goals and the other is your rewards for making your weekly goals. And then over on the right, you also have a entire month of the following month, like looking ahead. So August will have September at the bottom. And then if we jump to October, you will see November at the bottom, etc. So that is how this planner is set up. So If you would like, you can just sell this PDF as is. You don't have to do anything. It doesn't have anything on there that says Pretty Fabulous. It can just be yours and you can sell it right now and start making money. However, if you would like to edit this, you can do that too. So I'm going to show you now how to edit this. So this is going to be inside of Adobe InDesign. And let me show you the files that you are going to get. So here's your sales file. I wish I could give you fonts. I so wish I could, but I can't. So you'll have to buy the fonts on your own, or hopefully maybe you already have them. But so you're going to get this PDF, which is the one that I just showed you. You can sell it as is. You have the INDD file, which is the one that you can edit in Adobe InDesign, and you have the super old IDML file, which you can edit inside of Affinity Publisher, or those super old versions of Adobe InDesign. I don't even know what happens between, like, if you look at the file size, the new one is 27 megabytes and the old one is 1.8. But yet all the data is still in there. I'm not even sure what's going on or why it's like so much larger. But anyways, links, again, links are simply images. Even though it says links, the document like links to those images. So in theory, all of these, like 1.1 megabytes, 53 kilobytes, all of that stuff is not included in this INDD file. So in theory, the file is smaller and it's not really huge, unless you copy and paste it into images, which is a kind of like a workaround so that you don't have links. Some people do that, but I don't. I just leave it as links. Okay, so let's go ahead and open. Oh, you also get, let me make a note of this. You get what's called the editable Photoshop tabs file. Now, this is a Photoshop file. You must have Photoshop to edit this file. So what is that? That is all of, see those like pink tabs, the purple tab, the blue tab, that like background here, that is what is inside that file. So if I open this inside of Photoshop, you're going to see that here are all the tabs on the left and the right, and here are those two white sheets of paper, and then the background. So if you would like to change any of this, you can do it inside of Photoshop and then you'll save it out. So I will show you one example. So let's save out, let's say the background, it's our background. That's our background right now. It's called the white wood back or whatever. And we don't want that. So we want something pink, or we want something purple, or we want a totally different color, like blue, something else that you can add there, or you can add, you know, any background image that you find from Deposit Photos or Adobe Stock. Here's another background image, has nothing to do with anything else, but you know, maybe that's the background you want to use. All right, so this one is super bright. I would think it's a little too bright, but that's just my opinion. It's really up to you on what you want to use. So we've now changed it to this like pink kind of background that was already in the file if you want to use it. And maybe I don't like the tab colors either, so I want to change those. So over here where it says home, you're going to have to change. So you can't see it. So here, if I click this top right, you're going to see that there are 3 tabs on the right and 3 tabs on the left. Same thing with the tabs on the side. There are 12 tabs on the left and 12 tabs on the right. I've just hidden some. So over here in the layers panel, and if you can't see that, go to window, make sure there's a check mark in front of layers, and then you can see the layers panel. I'm basically just sort of hiding certain tabs when I save these out as JPEGs that will go into the InDesign file, just to make it a little faster for myself. So let's say we want to change this to something else. So if you just go ahead and hit the rectangle, click the fill, and maybe you want to change it to brown. I don't know. Is that a brown? That's like a rose gold kind of color. Maybe I want to change. So what I do is I would change this as well to that same exact color so that it matches. And then maybe I want to change this purple over here to a different color. So maybe I want to make it brown. So obviously I would make the one on the left that corresponds it also to brown. And the reason you want to do that is because in theory, when the person opens the planner, like, and they go from left to right, you want the colors to match. And then let's say we're going to change this one to, I don't even know, what's another dark color. So we'll just change this one to black. And I guess it's like a midnight kind of black, and we'll highlight this and we'll change that to that recently used color. So now I've changed all of this. So what does that mean? So if I want to save this out, this is actually the December file. So I would go ahead and I would hide these on the left, the top right, because in theory, the planner's been open. And I know you can't see the words because the words are inside of InDesign, but this is home. Remember, let me show you in this one. This is home, then annual, then school, then August, September, and then in theory, if this had been open, or I shouldn't say December, to July, that's basically what we have. So we have over here that everything's been open to that date. So what I would do is I would do File, Export for Web, and I would save this as a JPEG, leave the sizes exactly as they are, because that's the perfect dimensions for a Photoshop file. And I would put this in Documents, and I'm going to call this last month of the year. So I just remember what it was. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go into InDesign to edit this. And I want to do that last of the year. So the way that your InDesign file is set up is you have parent pages at the top and regular pages at the bottom. So if you don't see that Pages panel, make sure you go to Window and make sure that there is a check mark in front of Pages, and then your pages will show up. So this invisible line, so I say invisible, it's like barely like legible, but if you hover your mouse over it, you can see your mouse changes. So you can pull this down, or you can pull it up so that it is bigger or smaller. So we're just going to kind of put it in the middle. And we know that that last month, it's called August 2021. It's at the very bottom. And the other way to know this too is because if I go all the way to the bottom of this document, which it goes left and then right, over here, you're going to see on this very one that 12A has been applied. So if we go to 12A, we can see that we have that last month over there and then everything over on the left. So if I want to change this background, I actually have to go to the parent page. So I would go to 12A here at the top. And I know because it's highlighted in the pages over on the right that that's the page I'm working with. I'm going to click once on this background image, and I can either drag and drop the new image in here, or I can do a file place, and I can go to that document, go to that one that I just made last month of the year, say open, and now there it is. So we have that pink kind of background, and we have the home button, which is a rose gold. We have the annual, which is brown, and we have school, which is black. So when I go into any page that has this parent page applied to it, which is 12A, if I can find it, 12A, there it is. It will now have that page applied to it, and it's going to look exactly the same. If I go to the next page, it goes right back to the old format. If I want the new format, because I can see that that tab is in the bottom, I can see that this is 12 notes have been applied. So I'm going to double click notes. Same thing. I'm going to click once on that background file, and I'm going to place that same exact file that I did before. And now you can see it's changed. And when I go down to my notes section down here, I can now see that notes is, again, has the new look and feel to it. So super easy to change out any of these tab colors that you want. You'll just have to keep going through the document like I showed you in Photoshop and just keep doing File, Export. I'll show you again. Save for web. It just shrinks the file down so it's not so large. And then you're just going to say save and then call that file whatever you want so that you remember it, and then pull it into Adobe InDesign as the background image, which again, you'll find here at the top in parent pages. And that's how you change the look and feel of each and every single page in your document. So let's go through how to edit this document. So if you don't understand parent pages, which used to be called master pages, I will put a link to that training inside of your files so you can see that too, because it's a really fast concept. Like, it helps you. It's like in Microsoft Word where you have headers and footers and then they show up on every single page. The nice part about Adobe InDesign is you can have different pages that repeat on just the pages that you want it to repeat on. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with July, because that's the first page that like has dates on it, right? The other stuff was like syllabus, all that other stuff. So over here on July, which are, when I say July, I guess I mean August. So it starts on August. Over here on August, I'm going to see that I have all these different fields: Sunday, Monday. I have the time that starts at 8 a.m. I don't know anybody whose school starts earlier than 8 a.m. But we have all the times here, ends at 7 p.m., assignments, tests, etc. Right? So if I want to edit any of this, I'll try to click on it and you'll see that nothing is happening. The reason nothing is happening is because all of this information is on the parent page. So if I hover over that page, it will say, I know it's really tiny probably on your screen, it says 1W August Weekly Apply. That means that 1W August Weekly, the parent page at the top, is the one that has been applied. So if you go up here, you'll see what I've done is the first month is August. So it says 1M. If I double click this, it's a monthly spread. 1W, if I double click this, it's a weekly spread. So if I want to change anything at all on here, it'll have to be on the parent. So let's say I want to change this to, say, a different color, right? So I really like that rose gold and brown, right? So I can come up here and I can try to find, do I have a rose gold kind of in there? Maybe I don't. That might be more of a peach. So you can take these colors too, and you can go inside of here and you can kind of play around with it, or you can add a hex code if you know one of those. I think I'm making this color uglier as I'm going. So we'll just say, okay, there, that's kind of like a rose gold, right? And then over here for Monday, I want to use a brown looking color, which I kind of feel like I already had that. And then Tuesday, I can use that, like, what was that dark midnight blue that I had? That looks a little too blue. So maybe we will, let me double click this and we'll make this a little darker. There we go. And now it's like that dark blue. So now we have that rose gold, that brown, and that dark blue. And maybe those are the only colors I want to use. So I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern throughout. Of course, I can't find these colors that I used. I need to label these better. All right. So if you want to, you can also change this see where it says check name with color value. Clearly, that's not very useful. We can just relabel this rose gold. And then over here, we can go ahead and change that from green to that brown that we had. And I don't know why it says black. We'll just say brown. And then over here is that midnight looking blue that we had, which is over here. And if I double click this, I can uncheck that and I can name it midnight blue. So anyways, that's all. You can just keep going throughout the whole thing. Let's do this last one. Now, the magic is that once I go into any of those pages that have 1W applied to them, so if I go to 1W, I now see my new color scheme at the top on this page. I see it on the second page. I see it on the third page. I see it on the fourth page. Now, the only thing that is really editable on each page, like when you're in the individual page, is the number. And that's because we don't want 21 through 27 repeating every single week, because each week changes. So the number at the top changes. Now, if you don't like this font, there are actually styles in here. So window, it works just like the other file. If you go into character styles, you're going to see a bunch of character styles. And when you change one style, it will change the whole document. So if I go into anything in here, I can see that 21, it says weekly header for Sunday. So if I double click this and I want to change the weekly header for Sunday, maybe I don't like Playfair display and I really like something different. Texta is different. So maybe I really like Texta. And I also really like my new colors, which is that rose gold. So over here where it says character color, I can find rose gold in theory very quickly because I renamed it. Oh, there it is. And I can say okay. And now everywhere that has the style weekly header Sunday now has the text font in rose gold. So if we go to another day of the week, we can see it's been changed. It doesn't matter where in the document, even if we go all the way to over here to July 2023, it's going to be changed. So this will help you to make changes faster inside of the document. You can also change the text. So all you have to do is go to any of these masters. So the parent pages. So 12W, if I go over here to 12W and I double click this, so now I'm in the parent page. If I want to change assignments, because maybe I don't want a student thing, I just want something to say gratitude. And I want on Tuesday for you to think of habits on Tuesday or Monday. And then on Tuesday, I want you to think of, I don't know, rewards. And on Wednesday, I want you to think of self-care. And on Thursday, I want you to think of ice cream. I don't know where that came from. I'm running out of ideas. And then on Friday, I want you to think about date night. And on Saturday, I want you to think about books. Books to read, right? So now I've changed that. And if I go to anywhere that has 12W weekly applied, let me double click on that. Now I can see all of my new gratitude habits, rewards, self-care, all of that automatically applied to each of those pages. So hopefully that gives you an idea how to edit this. Now, keep in mind, this is only for 12W. And the reason it's not for every single weekly spread is because we have this calendar at the bottom right. So this has the August 2023 calendar because that's the following month. And then the 11W over here has a different calendar. It has July. So we go back to assignments, tests, etc. So a really fast way to make that change without having to type everything in again is you could simply copy all of this, your ice cream, your date night, your books, hit the copy, go over here to 11W, and just go ahead and delete what is inside of there right now. Highlight all of it. I held the shift key to do that. And then you can right click and say paste in place. And now it's all been changed. So yes, you'll have to do that for 12 different months, but this will make it hopefully a little quicker and faster. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, that's a wrap for this planner template, and I'm going to keep going. So I will keep going live if you, two things. One, if you want to purchase this, you can purchase just this planner 50% off. I have a link below. You don't need a discount code. I've just changed the price on the actual product. So when you go to purchase it, you will just see this planner, and that's what you'll get access to. If you would like to join Planner Pixies, you get unlimited downloads. So you're going to get every single planner template that I've ever made, including ones I'll make in the future, including the pop-up shop planners, which are always like 267. So you're going to get access to those. And then I said I had two things, right? I had one. Oh, if you want to make sure that you see all of my lives, because I'm not scheduling them, like as soon as I get done with the template, I'm just going live to show it to you. Make sure to hit subscribe on this channel and then hit the little bell as well. So you have to do two things: hit subscribe and hit the bell. And if you hit the bell, you'll get notifications every time I go live. All right. I will see you hopefully in a couple hours with another digital planner template. All right. Bye, everyone.